Well, hello everyone. Well, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be still practicing Piro-Flips, but if you saw my last video, I was doing my Piro hover training on Heli X. Today I'm going to actually practice the Piro-Flip itself, and I'm going to be cheating a little bit, so I'm going to teach you that. I think it's useful. So in here on AccuRC, what I like is that you have some of the flightless settings right here, so that you can actually tweak the helicopter to make it feel a little bit more closer to reality. So what I'm gonna do is that I've reduced the tail rotor agility so that when I practice my Piro-Flips, I basically keep my rudder stick all the way to the end, and that way I can practice a Piro-Flip with that, so that I know that when I was doing Piro hover, I was moving the amount of rudder that I was giving to rotate faster or slower. But in here, I just want to practice the continuous Piro-Flips and just the helicopter continuously pirouetting while it is moving around. So in order to control that, I have it set to the highest speed that I can actually control it. And then my idea is that when I master it, eventually I'll start racing this until it matches again what my helicopter actually does in reality. And then I'm going to be able to, well, hopefully translate to reality. So let's see how we do. So basically what I'm doing is I have my my left stick all the way to the right because I'm just practicing right rudder. And then once I master that, I'll probably think about reversing and moving into the other direction. So in here, what I'm doing is basically just keeping my rudder pegged all the way. And what I'm doing is, varying my collective, but my rudder is pegged to one side. So hopefully when I am able to do Piro-Flips at the actual normal rate, I can I can do this, just do them full speed. Okay, that helps me because I notice that whenever I'm doing Piro-Flips, it's easier to just keep it pegged, because if not, invariably as you move your collective, you will keep moving the rudder speed as well. So in order to keep a rudder speed constant, it's better to have it pegged to the edge of the travel of the gimbal, and that way you should be able to actually control the Piro-Flip easier. But of course, if you do it at full speed, then, well, for me it's impossible right now. So what I do is that I'm kind of cheating, and there I almost lost it. So I'm kind of cheating in that regard, just setting a speed that I feel comfortable in so that I can keep it pegged. But I think that it's valid. It's basically what I'm doing is learning the muscle memory. So I think that it's valid to use that functionality. Now another thing that I learned with Piro-Flips is that I used to give like a quick jab of collective, but it was too much when I was when I was doing the transition from inverted to upright or upright to inverted. And what I found out is that actually you don't need to do that. It's much better if you just flip like a regular flip. So if you do regular flips, what you do is that you flip and you have to transition the collective and the rudder and or your collective negative and inverted. You have to transition it to try to make a good flip, which actually my flips are horrendous. You have to actually transition, right, from a collective to upright. You don't like give it a jab and then the other way around. You transition and try to do it while the helicopter is pirouing, so that you can try to keep it at the same place. Of course, that didn't work. It feels like my agility, like my flip and roll, like my flip rate is too slow. But the idea is that you give it like a quick jab of the collective to try to keep it, flipping at the same altitude. So the same thing with the Piro-Flip. When you do a Piro-Flip, what I was doing, I don't know if you do it or not. What I was doing is that I was giving like a quick jab of the collective, trying to get it away from the ground. You see, like that. And then another jab and try to keep it away from the ground. Oops, too close to the ground. But instead of that, you just do the Piro-Flip motion without moving the collective, and then transition your collective if you need more negative pitch. That way the helicopter will remain at the same altitude while doing the Piro-Flip. So that's something that I found out. I think I heard a pro pilot once. I don't remember. For some reason, I think it's Ben Storick that said, probably it was on the podcast, I don't remember, that if you give collective, then that's why if your Piro-Flips are getting out of place, then it's because you're giving too much collective. So I lost it there. So I'll stop pirouing and then try to get it back. And that's what I'm doing my separate training for. I need to make sure that I am able to fully control the helicopter while it's pirouetting. Mostly inverted, because that's where I'm the weakest. And I think I gave a little jab of collective there, which I shouldn't. Like that, if you just make your Piro-Flip motion without adding collective only when you transition to basically stop the helicopter. And if you see that the helicopter is starting to go closer to the ground, then you start adding your collective to kind of stop the heli. And that way, you should be able to do continuous Piro-Flips at a relatively similar altitude. But of course, it'll take a long while to master. I don't know if I'll actually be able to do it even with all winter practice. Of course, I'm not practicing hours every day. I'm just practicing basically one day of the week in the mornings. And that's all that I'm doing. So I hope that that's enough time to make me improve my Piro-Flips for next season and actually see if I can gather courage to actually try it in real life. Because it feels so easy. It feels like the helicopter just floats on the sim. But I know that on real life that's not the case. And also that in reality, the tail goes actually faster. Actually, what happens is that everything happens faster in real life. In addition to the adrenaline that, you don't want to crash it and all of that. So, that's why I'm going to keep on practicing. Once I feel confident at this speed, I'll start speeding it up until I actually reach my helicopter's rate. Now, if I forget, because I am not flying during winter in reality, so if I forget how actually feels like, what I can do is that I can go back to my videos, to my YouTube videos of flying, and I actually can try to figure out, the rotating speed. I know that on old RCHN2, Nick Len once said that what he did to try to mimic that is that he actually counted and timed how fast his rotating speed was, and also how fast his regular cyclic rotation was. Measured it and tried to use that number to match it to the sim. But I'll do it more by kind of like by feel, how I see the rotation speed on the videos, and then how how fast I need to set it here on the sim. But indeed, it feels much lighter on the sim. Maybe what I'll do is that I'll add like gravity or weight to the heli to try to make it feel like it wants to go to the ground easier, and maybe that'll help me. I don't know. But as long as I get the muscle memory, and as long as I know how to recover from any orientation while rotating, hopefully I should be okay. And it would just be a matter of trying to get used to what it's doing in reality. So I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you actually, whoops, that was a sick crash. So I hope that you liked this video. If you actually liked it, and if you actually got this far, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll keep doing videos, and I'll try to comment some of them, but some of them, I'll have to be honest, I'll just focus on the training, and I'll just probably not even connect the microphone. But let me know in the comments what you think, if you like this format of me actually commenting the flight or not. If you want any tips or tricks, if you want me to do a video with like the virtual sticks, so that you can see how I'm moving the sticks. I don't know. Let me know on the comments what you want. Hopefully you get to the end of this video. Hopefully you like and subscribe so that YouTube likes me a little bit more. And until next time, whoops, I'll keep practicing. And finally, also, one more thing that I wanted to comment. I think that it's good for practice also to comment. I know that pros, can basically fly and talk at the same time. It's very hard for me because I need to focus very hard on the heli. So I think that commenting will also help me to just, it's just muscle memory, right? So in theory, I should be able to do it without thinking too much about it. So that's also why I'm gonna try to start to comment more. And that was a $0 crash, which I really like about the sim. But hopefully that doesn't happen in reality. Of course, in reality, probably won't be commenting and focusing a lot harder on what I'm doing, if I actually gather the courage to do Piro-Flips on real life next season. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.